Hi class, welcome to part 2 of the assignment. In the last video I mentioned that you need to get your unofficial transcript for this assignment, and that could be found in self-service, and then to also identify and download the educational plan that you'll be following, whether it be plan A, B, or C. Okay, next we're going to go and I'm going to show you how to fill out your plan B. Right, so this is an example for students who are transferring to the California State University system. So for example, Cal State Fullerton. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to identify the column that you will be following. And I will go over that again. So for Plan B here, okay, this is Plan B, you will be following this column here, okay? That is the column that you should be following and identifying the different areas there. Next, I want you to look at the class that you completed. So this person completed Art 100, okay? On Plan B, there are the different areas, right? A1, A2, A3, and then the different column is completed in progress or need. So for this particular student, the area that we need to identify is C1. So we are going to go to C1 here. All right, so hopefully you're following me. You are identifying this class under area C1. See how it matches up with C1 there? And guess what? We found Art 100 that the student completed. So if you completed that course, okay, you are then going to mark that you have completed that class in that column. All right, then we're going to look at ASL 110, and ASL 110 is also an area C2 there. Okay, so if you look at area C2, it is going to be this one right here. And there it is, ASL 110. And then the student completed that class. Okay. And then the next one, English 100, that is going to be, let me do a highlighter, might be easier to see. So for that English 100 there is under area A2, okay? So then you have to go all the way up here and identify where A2 is, okay? And so this is basically A2 is right there, and the student completed that class. Math 105. That is going to be down in area B4. Okay, there it is. You match it up, B4 right there, and then you can put that as completed. Okay, so I want you to do that matching up of the different areas. But also you might come across a class, for example, you might come across a class that has 2 markings on it, okay? Basically, this English 102 has 2 markings. That means that it has 2 areas that the class can belong to. You have to figure out where you want to use the class. All right, so are you going to use it part of the C2, area C2, which is the humanities, or you can use it under area A3. Okay, so area A3 is up here. It is part of your critical thinking requirement. So here is English 102. So you have to figure out where you want to use this class. You cannot use it in both areas. So you can't use it in C2 and A3. You cannot do that. So you can say, well, I think I want to leave it in critical thinking. So if that's the case, you will use it in area A3. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know about how to go about putting in your classes and filling out this Plan B. Okay, so I want you to just identify where the classes belong, and if you have not taken a course, for example, this particular student, their ed plan would look a little bit of, they did English already there, and they did their critical thinking, they did English 102, right? But they are missing oral communication. At that point, then they would be, you would put it in the need column. You would mark that the student would need that particular class there. All right. Now, everyone's going to have a different ed plan because you are using your own transcript to complete your ed plan. Okay, you're not going to use the one I provided. This is just an example. Okay, the transcript is just an example. You need to use your own transcript. Okay, now let's look at Plan C. Okay, Plan C is for students who are either wanting to transfer to the UC system, University of California, so like UC Irvine, UCLA, Berkeley, and so on, or they want to transfer to the Cal State system too. And so if you're unsure of where you want to transfer, some of you are not sure yet, then I would have you use Plan C here. Okay, if you are using Plan C, then you would follow the Get C column here. And you would follow the areas here, okay, the markings here. So what it says is we can look at the first one. If a student is following Plan C for Art 100 here, they would mark it under Area 3B as completed, right? So we scroll down to Area 3B and look at that. I'm sorry, 3A, not 3B. So this is the 3A. So my advice is sometimes, it's hard to see, these markings because it's kind of small. I would just highlight it. So I would say here, let's do it again. Let's identify a Get C is 3A. So Art 100 is going to be 3A there. So there it is under Area 3. You identify 3A and Art 100 is there. So what you would do, you would mark it as completed. Okay, and for this particular student, they took ASL, and for Plan C, ASL belongs in Area 6A. Okay, so we have to scroll down to Area 6A here and mark that out. Okay, so that's area, here's the ASL 110 under Area 6 for a Get C, and then we would mark it as completed. Okay, all right, next, so that's Plan C, so you're going to do that the same way, looking at every single class that you completed and then making sure that you don't miss any of the classes. And so if it's the class is still in progress, you would mark it into the in progress area there. So next, I want to show you Plan A. So Plan A is for students who are not transferring. And to identify classes in Area Plan A, you would look at the column AA here and identify, again, the different area, the markings in this column. Okay, so Art 100 under Plan A here, okay, you would put that under Area C. So here it is, Area C. So there's Art 100 there. So then you would mark that as completed. Okay. Well, there's another class that's in Area C that the student took, ASL 110. Okay, if that's the case, I just am going to have you put that also, Area 110, ASL 110 there, it's right there. I will have you mark it again in this area. So that means you took 2 classes in this area. Okay, so once you completed this identification of what classes you've completed, what classes are in progress, what classes still need, I want you to go over and mark every single one of the classes that you completed and every single one that you still need. Okay, so that's the second step or second part of the assignment.